Hello everyone. The 4.1 Genshin Impact trailer has been out for about 1 or 2 days and I've finally found some time to actually watch it. But I thought maybe instead of just watching the trailer, it would be a bit more interesting to record my reactions of it and my actual thoughts on it. It's a bit different from what I normally do, but you gotta try out new things, right? So let's watch it and see whether there's anything that might hint at the theories we've come up with in the past or what it means for the future. Also, since I'll be talking about ideas I might have, just a light spoiler warning, I might mention stuff in World Quest that you may not have cleared yet. Another thing to note is that I'll be pausing throughout the video whenever I want to make comments, and I'll be turning on the closed captions just to make it easier for everyone if I end up talking over the background voice or anything. So let's see what's in store for Genshin 4.1. Okay, so clearly we're being made out to be fugitives. Not sure why Paimon needs to have her height because she's floating, but okay.
The fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress.
The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
All of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished.
Something bad will happen during lunch on the third day.
A mysterious box? A bottle of crimson liquid?
So, you know those pipes that make strange sound?
Okay, so the first thing that comes to mind here is that, well, we're going into the Fortress of Meripede, right, which is the prison for Fontaine. And the first thing that comes to mind with what's been said so far is either there's a lot of corruption, which is not really surprising. That's kind of one of the things I thought about when I first saw Fontaine. And the second is that maybe the guard mechs are self-aware and that's what's causing all these problems, but I don't know. Let's continue.
Don't ever go near them at
Ooh,
night.
new character.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance.
I'm not gonna be able to say that name. There's been a lot of these robot arm punches in Honkai so far. Luca in Starios is one of them.
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, is it an
Ralsei
underwater
does have a
prison?
plan. What could it be?
After being away from the sunlight
It looks like that, what's the name of that place? Rapture in Bioshock?
for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home.
I have to.
Who is that, Fremini?
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
Also, they are tracking the
And
prophecy.
now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Oh, that's cool. Novelet's coming out as a new character. Okay, but here's the question. Can we see his vision? Because his character description mentions that he uses Hydro, but his vision is basically a bunch of question marks, which makes him really suspicious where he's getting all his kind of abilities from. But let's see whether we can spot the vision. I can't see a vision.
I find it difficult to express my emotions.
The other interesting thing is that he has that same effect, that like the glowing trailing thing. I didn't notice if his hair was glowing. Like whenever an Archon uses their abilities, you can see their hair kind of glow a little bit. Yeah, it's not really his hair, but he does have a little bit of that effect, which makes me kind of curious whether he's, related to the Archons in some way. That looks really cool though.
Difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
Rumors saying that you were born from calamity. You inherently bring danger to those around you.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? Melazines can't be trusted! That goes for Nervalette too!
Okay, so there's this. I remember reading somewhere that Novelet was mentioned in the newspaper or something in Fontaine that he was the only male Melusine. But we know that the Melusines come from Elinas, right? And we don't know where Novelet comes from. But we know that since Elinas was hinted to come from the Abyss, maybe that's where Novelet came from as well. Maybe that's where what his origins are. The other thing that comes to mind is that maybe he's an artificial being. Maybe he was created for something.
There's only one thought on my mind. Only through bloodshed can their debt be repaid.
Risley, where did you take my siblings?
Even if the truth may not be pleasant, since they have
What
no
is this, a
way
new
to
enemy?
dispose of the leftover remains, they have ways to transform them into other forms and keep them in the fortress forever.
It beggars belief just how carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalors, have failed to take action.
Who are you? What are you trying to do? Please don't kill me. I'm begging you.
Okay, I wonder who was talking there. Was that Arlecchino? Because she's basically blaming Focalors for not taking action on what's going on, right? So I'm kind of curious whether that's the people who are studying the prophecy or was that Arlecchino? I'm not sure.
Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Nubilet!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard.
Okay, so what we know for sure is that Novelet is definitely not human. I don't know if he's a Melusine, but there's a lot of implication here that he might be from the Abyss or he might be somebody from the past that's related to Fontaine, like the Hydro Dragon, for example. I'm also not sure who was the last person who was speaking. Was it the first Hydro Archon or somebody else? It seems like they knew, what's this guy's name? Novelet from the past, and that he's just waiting for something to happen and he's the link to the past with what's happening in the present. Yeah, so it's really great that we're gonna explore Novelet's past and his backstory in this one. And probably we're not gonna get much on Focalors, or maybe we're gonna get a little bit on her past or whatever it's gonna be, but it seems like the story is gonna focus more on Novelet, which is great.
Poems and melodies wandering the wind, wafting to pastures
Right, all this is
beyond
just
their
the
home.
event
Two
stuff,
greedy
right?
fishies struggling to swim. They ate so much that they're starting to groan. Welcome to this. The answer is pine.
Yeah, this is just a bunch of what in the world is this? Okay. Yeah, it's just mostly the events and stuff that's coming out. Yeah, I mean it's great. The story is gonna focus more on Novelet. And you know the trailer poster is showing Arlecchino. So I'm guessing the one that spoke just now was Arlecchino. We know that she's trying to basically save Fontaine from the prophecy, and she made a deal with the Tsaritsa about using the hydroneosis for that specific reason. She could very well be the one funding or even leading the people who are researching the prophecy, which we saw earlier. And maybe she's just basically tired of Focalors not taking responsibility for that, and now she's just doing it on her own, which is what we kind of see the people of the House of Hearth doing, right? With Fremine, Lynette, Linny all handing out those magic bags and trying to help people move. So yeah, she might be trying to help the people in Fontaine, given that she was hinted to be from Fontaine. So I guess the story here is going to be split into two parts, or maybe concurrently moving, which is we're going to deal with the fortress of, what's the name? I don't remember. The prison. It's going to be one part, and then the next part is going to be more about Novelet and Arlecchino and the prophecy and stuff like that. So, in the first 4.0, we basically dealt with the prophecy as kind of just a passing thing. People don't believe in it. People were talking about it, but that's about it. But here, it seems that the prophecy is given a little bit more weight, and it seems like it is a real thing. I'm kind of curious where the Traveler kind of falls in, with all of this. Are we just going to be considered a villain, a bad guy? That's always the case, right? We start off playing the role of a quote-unquote bad guy, and then later on we end up saving the region. So What's interesting is that with Arlecchino trying to essentially save Fontaine, we may end up working together with another Fatui Harbinger, much like we kind of did with Child. And then later on, it's revealed, oh, they're still the bad guy because they want to do bad things. So yeah, overall, it seems pretty interesting. I don't know about the events and stuff, but I think the story-wise, I really want to explore Novelet more. He might be, and I might be wrongly remembering here, he might be the first character that can use elemental powers without a vision. I'm not sure whether we have other characters like that, or maybe I just missed out. He does have a vision. I don't know, but it seems to really kind of imply that he doesn't have one, which is really interesting because I think we're starting to get into a lot more of the Abyss storyline. If you've played the Elena's World Quest, then you can kind of see like there is all these things about the Abyss and where did they come from, the perspective of the Abyss creatures themselves. So yeah, I'm really hyped to see what's going to happen with Novelet and what's going to happen with Child and whether there is some corruption happening with the forest of the, Meripede? I don't remember. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That's basically the trailer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you had fun with this type of video, let me know. Maybe I can make more in the future. Thanks so much for watching. And, if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. As usual, have a nice day.